Hello viewers, this is Wolf here. Welcome to Wolf's Haven and to some more Monster Hunter reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Capcom Monster Hunter Rise Acrylic Mascot Collection Volume 3. So from what I understand, I believe this is actually the very last keychain pack that Capcom has released for the Monster Hunter series. So unfortunately that does mean that certain monsters ended up not getting keychains, like for instance Shigaru Magala or even Lucent Nargacuga. I was really looking forward to that, but I don't think we ended up getting those. But what we are going to see in this pack, though, if we take a look to the side, as this does go a bit deeper into Rise, right here, we do have Baroth, there is Kushala Daora right here, Nargacuga, we have Teostra, Zinogre, which obviously I'm going to want the Zinogre one and the Nargacuga one. So we have Chameleos, and we have Valstrax, that's another one that I'm looking forward to getting. And then we have Thunder Serpent Narwa, Wind Serpent Ibushi, and we have Narwa the Allmother here. So, without any further ado, let's jump into this. So of course this is a blind box, so there is potential for me to get duplicates, and for me to completely miss out on one of the target keychains that I want, but hopefully luck is in my favor. So we'll start off with the first box here. So the first one we get is Thunder Serpent Narwa. Yeah, so this is a cool looking keychain. Like, I've always thought that when it comes to these serpents, their icons have always looked cool. Like, I kind of like the cloudy nature of it at the very bottom there. And just the aesthetic here with a lot of the yellows and like this energy effect there in the distance looks really cool. So on to the next keychain. So Teostra is the next one. Alright, so this one has a pretty cool design. I actually do like the pose of Teostra. He's looking directly towards you, and just the overall shape. I like how you can make out the horns, his massive fangs, the blue eyes too, being very distinct. His wings look pretty small in the background, but overall I do like how the water brush aesthetic kind of comes through with some of that heavy shading fading into a bit of lighter, which then blends into the oranges there, which does look pretty cool. Teostra is definitely like another monster that I like fighting, and I just like his design too. Looks very cool. Him as well as Lunastra as well. Both pretty cool monsters. So on to the next keychain. So okay, we get Narwa the Allmother here. And yeah, this is looking good. Like, immediately, this is almost like a direct replacement to Thunder Serpent Narwa, because yeah, aesthetically, I personally find that Narwa the Allmother just looks so much better than regular Narwa. Just way more like colorful here, with some of these blues blending with the yellows and some of these oranges down the back. Even the cloud has a bit more color compared to the original Narwa, which I think is cool. And then also, like, this energy, the thunder energy here is a lot more vibrant compared to this one here as well. So definitely a fan of this one. So on to the next one. Okay, cool. We got Nargacuga. So yeah, Nargacuga's design, the icon design is pretty cool. Like, I do kind of prefer Nargacuga's icon a bit more in Iceborne. Like, I do like the aesthetic a little bit better, but this is still really cool. I do like how they added a bit more purple to Nargacuga here, and just the overall design flow. Like, I do like how it's almost like it's encircling itself, almost like it's chasing its tail. The tail definitely looks like it has more of a bladed edge here, with this bright purple shading around the edges as well. So it's pretty cool. A bit of purple around the eyes as well. And I do like the contrasting colors of the... I think these little light blues are supposed to represent the spikes on the tail. So yeah, overall, this is still pretty cool. So for the next keychain, so this is Wind Serpent Ibushi. So this icon's looking pretty cool. I don't like it as much as either of the Narwas, to be quite honest. Just because I think the face design looks kind of weird here. It's actually kind of hard to make out some of the body features. I mean, a good portion of it is covered up by this cloud here. But yeah, there's just certain things that do look a little bit weird to me, specifically. I do like the energy effect here, like the little wind energy at the very top there. I think that's pretty cool. And some of the coloration here, obviously the fact that there's so much of an abundance of blue here, mixing with the purples is cool. But I think just the overall design is just a little bit weird here to me. But I do like the fact that in terms of both of their designs, they are complete opposites to each other. Almost like they're forming like a bit of a yin and yang, where like one's looking up, the other one's looking down. I do think that that's very cool in comparison to each other. So on to the next one. Alright, so we're gonna take a look at Baroth here. So yeah, here we have Baroth. And yeah, this is a monster that I'm not too crazy about. I don't dislike him, but I'm not like too crazy about him either. Overall, the Keychain icon looks decent. I do like the mix of like these bright yellows. They're kind of more of like an orange, but I do like how they kind of contrast the... I guess these are like the ridges of his head, the little hard section of his head there. And like, overall, it's pretty decent. It might be my least favorite of the keychains so far, I think. Let's see what we got here. Oh, here we go. So, we have Crimson Glow Valstrax. Alright. This is definitely a winner. This is definitely a winner. This is a cool looking keychain. Crimson Glow Valstrax was a very cool monster in Rise. Very cool, I guess, subspecies of Valstrax, just in general. But in keychain form, this looks so good. I of course love how they've designed it, just the pose, how it's descending, so it's like going down to do one of its dive bombs. But also like the oranges for like his, or I guess the crimson energy on its wings are very pronounced here. I do like how there's a bit of like shading as that energy kind of fades out towards the tips of the wings as it progresses further forward. I do think that's really cool. And overall, there is like a sense of speed that you get here, and I think some of that has to do with these little... I'm not really sure what color that is, but like this little faint color that kind of goes around the lower section of the body and towards the back, as well as how the detail kind of like gets a little bit less sharp towards the back of the body to really give that effect of motion here. I think that that's actually really cool. So yeah, this is definitely probably my favorite of the set so far. So the next one is Chameleos. So yeah, Chameleos is looking pretty cool in this icon. One of the things I like about it is how they went about doing the doing some of the detail on the bottom section of the body, because I don't know if this is what they were going for, but like a lot of the bottom part here looks very fuzzy. To me, it kind of gives off the effect that it's slowly trying to camouflage, and I think that that's actually a very cool feature if that is what they were intending there. Like, it does look really cool, because you can definitely see like the face and everything is much sharper, and then it starts slowly kind of like losing detail towards the bottom. I think that that's really cool. And then of course there's quite a bit of detail on the tongue itself, a bit of emphasis on the tongue. So yeah, overall that's pretty cool. And I like the eye as well. Color-wise, it looks nice with the purples and the kind of tan color underneath on the underside. So yeah, Chameleos is looking pretty cool there. So on to the penultimate keychain. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we get Zinogre. Is this Zinogre? No, it's not. It is Kushala, though. Which, yeah, Kushala is pretty cool. I do like its icon design in this set. We take a closer look at Kushala here. Kushala is looking really good. Very simple in terms of color. It's just one color all the way through, just this dark purple. I do kind of like how there's a lot of gaps in between its design, especially in the wings here, and we even have that like clear pattern going all the way through in a bit of a spiral in the center of the wing. Looks a bit cloudy as well, which is very cool. Like this version of Kushala is actually, I think it looks about as good as the one from Monster Hunter World. And then I do like how Kushala's blue eyes are very distinct here as well. Very cool design. I like how the wings are very front and center here. Okay, so now we just have one more keychain to go. Hopefully it's Zinogre. If I get a duplicate, I'm gonna be absolutely gutted. Okay, come on. Hopefully this is Zinogre. Is this Zinogre? Yes, it is. Okay, awesome. Save the best for last. So yeah, Zinogre's icon looks incredible. It's hard for me to choose whether or not I prefer this icon more or the one from Monster Hunter World Iceborne. But this one looks so cool. There's so much detail here as well as the colors, and I love the pose of it too. Like I like how we're looking at him from the broad side here, so we see a good amount of his body. Such a variation of colors going all the way through the body as well, with all these different greens and blues contrasting with these yellows as well for the spikes around the body, as well as like the yellow ridges on the chest and on the back right here. On the tail is very distinct as well with those yellows and greens and the purple shading. And I do like how, despite the fact that like the main body is mostly prominent here, we can still make out the face quite well. And you get the yellow horns right up here, which look very angular, very sharp, and you can still make out Zinogre's eyes. It's almost glowing a bit, almost as if there's a bit of like electrical charge there. But I do like the shape of the head overall here. This icon looks very good. But yeah, so this is going to be all the keychains here. Let me just drag them a little bit closer to the camera. And yeah, this is a very solid collection of keychains. Like I think that this set, I definitely enjoyed the Volume 3 pack a bit more than Volume 2. A lot of very heavy hitter monsters in here, and some of my all-time favorites as well. If I were to pick my top 3, I think that's going to be a pretty easy pick. So the top 3 is definitely going to be Zinogre, Valstrax, and actually, you know what? I was going to say Nargacuga, but I think I might like Kushala a bit more. So I think I might put Kushala in there. Because yeah, I do think I prefer Nargacuga's icon from Iceborne a bit more than that. Allmother, Narwa the Allmother is a bit of a close contender, to be honest. And Chameleos is very good too. But I definitely do think that the best in this set is definitely Zinogre, Crimson Glow Valstrax, and Kushala. I think I do like Zinogre a little bit more than Valstrax. And then, yeah, Kushala is probably coming in third place. For my least favorite out of this set, it's probably going to be Baroth. Baroth, and then probably Wind Serpent Ibushi is like a close second with him. Second for, I guess, the worst. But all the other ones are very good. Teostra looks incredible as well. Like, honestly, for third place, it would be like a tough contender between, Kushala, Teostra, and Chameleos. All three of those look very good. But I think these are definitely my favorite, Zinogre being the best of the pack here. So anyways, that basically concludes all of these. This is all of the keychains within the Volume 3 Acrylic Mascot collection. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys found it informative. There's definitely going to be a lot more Monster Hunter content and collectibles coming in the future, so I hope you guys stay tuned for all of that. But until then, I hope you guys have a good day or good night, depending on where you are, and I will see you all later.